with NBN Local Manager Matt Evans to discuss NBN scams and how we can stay safe from scammers. Welcome, Matt.
Thanks, Ambia. It's really a pleasure to be here with Neighbourhood Watch.
Thank you. So, Matt, what is the NBN?
Ambia, the NBN is a wholesale-only open access network. It's run by NBN Co, which is a government business enterprise. NBN Co provides access to its network for service providers so they can provide phone and internet service to people. The key point there is that NBN Co doesn't provide services directly to people. It is the wholesale operator.
Oh, okay. So, does everyone need to have it connected?
Yeah, look, if people do want to retain their phone and internet service over a landline, they will need to transfer across to the NBN Access network. That's so that they can retain even just a phone line if that's all they want.
Mm-hmm. And where is the NBN up to in the rollout of broadband? And why have we seen an increase in new scam-related activity?
It's a very good question. NBN is really well progressed with the network rollout. In fact, we've now got 10 million premises that are ready to connect, and of those 10 million, 5.6 million premises, being homes and businesses, have actually connected to the NBN network. Now, what that means is that there's a corresponding level of scams related to the NBN because it's now really ramping up in the metropolitan areas of capital cities, particularly Melbourne. So we're seeing an increase in scam-related activity as many of these areas become ready for service.
Right. And what type of NBN scams should people be on the lookout for?
Well, look, there's several scams that we've become aware of through Scam Watch primarily. The first one of these is where scammers potentially ask residents to sign up and they're connecting victims to fake accounts. Often they'll say that their copper phone network is going to be switched off within 24 hours to scare people. Others include trying to gain remote access to people's computers. So they will,
well, that sounds really scary.
Yeah, look, and it can be really scary for people. So, people are pretending to be NBN and ringing people up and asking for remote access to their computers through software that can be installed remotely. So, certainly something to be on the lookout for. Also, another term that is used is phishing, where scammers are impersonating NBN to steal people's information, their financial information, so that they can then, again, gain access to their banking or financial institutions. So, a real worry for people.
Yeah, definitely.
And something that we've certainly become aware of.
So, Matt, what advice would you provide to people that receive suspicious phone calls from someone claiming to be from the NBN?
Well, Ambia, I think the most important thing is that they should never share their financial account details, and they also shouldn't give access to their computer to an unknown source. Also, they should never respond to requests from any unknown phone number, or also people that might knock on their door unexpectedly. Certainly don't provide those people with any information. The other important aspect is that people should always remember that NBN will not ask people for money, and if in doubt as to whether someone is from the NBN when they call, they should hang up, check the NBN number, and then call NBN back to understand if the approach was legitimate.
That sounds like a good idea. What is the NBN number that they should call?
So the number that they should call at NBN is our general inquiries line, which is 1800 687 626. That's 1800 687 626.
So when people are signing up for a service over the NBN network, who should they speak to?
So when they're signing up for a service over the NBN network, they should speak to their preferred retail service provider. It's important, as I've said, to not think that you're signing up for a service through NBN itself. So we would recommend that people do that.
And what else is NBN Co doing to inform the community about NBN scams?
Look, we're certainly doing a lot at the moment to inform the broader community about scams. We have a program of community engagement through NBN Local, which I'm part of. NBN Local's role is to be at the grassroots for people to talk to about a whole range of issues relating to the NBN, including scams. We're also highlighting all of this scam activity through the media. We're talking to people about if they are worried about scams and think that they may have been the subject of a scam, that they should contact security authorities such as ScamWatch and also the Australian Government's Cyber Issues Supporting System. It's also really important that if they think they've actually been subject to a scam, that they contact their financial institution as quickly as possible. It's really important that they do that quickly, that they contact their bank or financial institution if they think they've been subject to a scam.
Right, so the moment they feel awkward and think suspicious?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Look, if in doubt, they should contact their financial institution. One thing that they can also do as well is NBN has recently added a dedicated scam option on its customer service telephone options. So that is also another source of information as well if they feel that they want further information.
Oh, that's good. So what has NBN been doing at a local grassroots level?
So NBN Local representatives like myself and also our community ambassadors are always out speaking with groups, with seniors groups, with people, aged care facility staff, with service clubs, with groups like Neighbourhood Watch. And we're also wanting to highlight the prevalence of scammers and to just explain NBN's role in the network and how we communicate, and that we won't be contacting people directly to pressure them to sign up, or we won't be claiming that their telephone will be switched off within 24 hours, for example. So that's what we're doing at the local level, and I think we're starting to cut through with that message, and it's with the help of groups like Neighbourhood Watch that we're able to do that.
Oh, that's really good news to hear, and I think people like my grandparents will be glad to hear things like that.
That's great.
Are there circumstances where NBN Co will contact people directly?
Yeah, look, certainly there are, but very rarely. Certainly we'll never contact people, as I said, to request money or to request their bank details or to gain access to their computer. But for example, if people have registered that they have a medical alarm on our medical alarm register, what that means is that we may contact them in relation to that particular issue. So I guess the rule is generally that if you've reached out to NBN Co about a particular issue, we may contact you about that issue, but that's really all we'll be contacting you about.
Okay, and so if someone receives a phone call or a knock at the door from someone claiming to be from NBN, how can they actually tell that they are a legitimate NBN Co employee?
That's a really good question, because we do certainly have people out in the streets that are working on the NBN, whether they're our contractors or people directly involved with the construction. And those approved technicians and workers, should they ever come to your door for any particular reason, they will have what's called an enable identification card.
What does that mean?
So it's a card that is standard across all of the workforce that are working on the NBN, and it will have the word enable on it.
So Matt, where can people obtain further advice on NBN scams?
Well, Ambia, they can check on our website, which is www.nbnco.com.au/scam advice.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for talking with Neighbourhood Watch today.
Thank you, Ambia, and we greatly appreciate all of Neighbourhood Watch's support in terms of raising awareness about NBN scams. It's been invaluable. Thank you.
Thank you.